Diego Costa, the man who swapped national teams for glory, the terrifying rise and fall of football's ultimate villain. Did you know that Diego Costa is one of the very few players in football history to play for two different senior national teams in the exact same calendar year, sparking an international feud that almost banned him from the sport? In 2013, he put on the iconic yellow jersey of Brazil for two international friendlies, but just a few short months later, he stunned the entire football world by officially switching his allegiance to Spain. This shocking decision triggered absolute fury from Brazilian manager Luiz Felipe Scolari, who publicly accused him of turning his back on the dreams of millions of his countrymen. Yet, this chaotic, uncompromising, and highly controversial decision was exactly the type of move that defined the brutal, relentless, and unyielding nature of a man who refused to follow anyone else's rules. Long before he became the feared antagonist of European football, his life began in the deep, unforgiving poverty of Lagardo, Sergipe, Brazil. Born into a region where economic opportunity was scarce and survival was a daily struggle, young Diego da Silva Costa found his escape on the dusty, unpaved streets where formal coaching was a luxury nobody could afford. He grew up playing chaotic street football, an environment entirely devoid of referees, rules, or tactical discipline, which naturally forged his aggressive, hyper-physical style of play. His early passion was not shaped by academy pitches or pristine training gear, but by a raw, survivalist desire to win at all costs against older, tougher opponents. As a teenager, his growth was defined by an absolute lack of traditional scouting, forcing him to navigate the footballing world through unconventional, highly chaotic avenues. He did not play competitive, organized club football until the relatively late age of 15, an anomaly in modern sports where elite prodigies are signed well before their 10th birthdays. He faced constant rejection, struggled with a notorious temper on the pitch, and had to overcome the immense psychological hurdle of moving to a completely different continent when Portuguese club Braga finally gambled on his raw talent in 2006. The transition from the lawless street pitches of Brazil to the structured, demanding environment of European football was incredibly turbulent, marked by multiple grueling loan spells, homesickness, and a persistent reputation as a liability. The true transformation began when he caught the attention of Atletico Madrid, setting off an adult peak that would eventually cement his status as an absolute legend of the modern game. Under the fierce, warrior-like guidance of manager Diego Simeone, he found a soulmate who embraced his aggressive nature and weaponized his chaotic energy into pure, unadulterated tactical perfection. The 2013-14 La Liga season became his masterpiece, as he scored a phenomenal 27 league goals to shatter the domestic duopoly of Barcelona and Real Madrid, sensationally driving Atletico Madrid to an historic league title. His record-breaking exploits quickly caught the attention of the English Premier League, leading to a massive multi-million-pound transfer to Chelsea in the summer of 2014, where he instantly adapted to the notoriously physical style of English football. He became the focal point of a ruthless Chelsea attack, scoring 20 goals in his debut season to fire the club to a dominant Premier League title under Jose Mourinho. His time in London was a thrilling spectacle of iconic goals, psychological warfare against defenders, and immense success, culminating in another superb 20-goal season to secure a second Premier League title in 2017. However, his explosive temperament inevitably led to high-profile fallouts, most notably a public text message dispute with Chelsea manager Antonio Conte that forced a dramatic £50 million return to Atletico Madrid in January 2018. While injuries and suspensions began to slow his blistering pace, his presence alone remained a terrifying prospect for opposing centre-backs across Europe. As his peak European years naturally wound down, he embarked on a globe-trotting journey back to South America, signing with Atlético Mineiro in 2021 to secure a historic Brazilian domestic double. A brief, highly sentimental return to England with Wolverhampton Wanderers in 2022 showed glimpses of his old, classic bite, before he continued his late career journey with short, impactful stints at Botafogo and Grêmio in Brazil. Now, in 2026, the legendary striker has finally walked away from professional football, confirming his official retirement from the pitch after a final chapter back in his homeland. Reflecting on his incredible journey, he recently shared highly emotional, deeply candid stories of his career, admitting that the constant physical toll and internal fire finally reached a natural end. From an unschooled street fighter in the dust of Lagardo to a multi-time champion in England and Spain, Diego Costa leaves behind a complicated, thrilling, and completely unique legacy as football's most authentic, terrifying, and beloved anti-hero.